So the week has just started and we've already got bombarded with leaks for Street Fighter 6. We got for Mortal Kombat having a Mortal Kombat versus DC 2 game. And now we have a leak for a Marvel fighting game from NetherRealm Studios titled Mutants. Let's get into that. So this does come from our lovely friend Anonymous on 4chan, and the header is titled NetherRealm Studios X-Men game leak. Now, I know that, again, this is all just for fun discussion. Everything's taken with a grain of salt. This is, of course, a leak, and we know how those things go. But ever since, Ed Boon accepted his award at the DICE Awards, and some people thought some type of announcement was going to be made, they're expecting some game announcement to come. So all these speculations will probably be coming out and, continue to come out. And of course, we'll discuss and talk about them, but everything's taken with a grain of salt. So it says the game will be called Mutants, and it will center around different mutant teams coming together to stop a Sentinel uprising on Earth. Release date could be mid to late 2022. Seems feasible. And then it goes and breaks down all the characters that are going to be in the game. So just starting with the first part, Mutants. Obviously, that's a pretty cool name for an X-Men game. I could deal with that. And as far as the overall, story of the game, a Sentinel uprising, that sounds like Days of Future Past to me. I mean, they're always battling the Sentinels, so it's just a common villain in the X-Men franchise. But continuing on, let's go through the roster. We have, of course, the X-Men themselves, which are Cyclops, Wolverine, Jean Grey, Storm, Beast, Iceman, Rogue, Jubilee, Shadowcat, Angel, Gambit, Nightcrawler, Bishop, and Pixie. Pixie's an interesting one. If you're not familiar with her, she was in the X-Men First Class. Then we have the New Mutants, which is Magic, Wolfsbane, Danielle Moonstar. From the X-Force, we have Cable, Domino, Psylocke, and Phantomex. Not familiar with Phantomex. Cable is, of course, the time traveler, kind of Bishop. We have the Brotherhood of Evil, which is Magneto, Mystique, Sabretooth, Pyro, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, Juggernaut, and Lady Deathstrike. We've seen them in the X-Men animated series. We've also seen them in the newer X-Men shows that have come out as far as cartoons, of course, in the comics. We have the Hellfire Club, which is Emma Frost. For miscellaneous, we have Thunderbird, Silver Samurai, and Armor. Silver Samurai being a villain that we've seen Wolverine battle in movies and in comics. We have unlockable characters, which is Professor X and the pre-order of Deadpool. Gotta have Deadpool in there if you're gonna have some type of game, right? And it says for skins, we have Polaris skin for Scarlet Witch, X-23 skin for Wolverine, Sunfire skin for Pyro, Surge skin for Storm, and an Azazel Nightcrawler skin, an Hazel. And then it says, don't know the specific DLC characters, but other mutants and Mortal Kombat reps will be a part of it. Now, I don't know if this is going to be necessarily like a Mortal Kombat versus Marvel game or X-Men versus Mortal Kombat. I don't think that's going to be it. That doesn't seem viable. I think this is going to be a X-Men fighting game, I'm guessing, that has like a backstory to kind of go along with it. But a part of me, of course, this doesn't sound believable with what Ed Boon kind of was talking about. Could be, maybe this is a totally new project. So I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to say why it couldn't work and why it could work. It could work if, well, let me go back. I was basically saying I don't think it could work because I think with the pattern like Ed was talking about as far as the releases, we have Mortal Kombat games and Injustice games. We also have an MK versus DC game that came out. So I think we could stay in that realm and be good. We know that Mortal Kombat 11 has sold a lot of games, a lot of titles. It's moved a lot of merchandise, and made a lot of money for WB Games, and they want more money. So they know they're going to, keep their cash cow close by. Doing a totally new project that may not bring in the same amount of money is kind of risky, right? But on the flip side, playing devil's advocate, on the flip side, you have Professor X showing up in Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. We know for sure Patrick Stewart's going to reprise his role as Professor X. So this could be the perfect time the MCU introducing mutants have, a mutant dedicated game, right? It's I'm reaching a little bit, but it's possible. It's possible, right? This could just be, we have a movie coming out that has the mutants introduced. Let's also introduce with the game. And maybe have a newer studio than what they've, Insomniac and some of the other studios that have made some of the games, like for Marvel Avengers and stuff like that, for Spider-Man. Let's do something new. It doesn't have to be totally Sony exclusive related. you know, stuff like that. I know there's been a couple of their Marvel games already out there. I mean, I think we're on the 3rd or 4th game so far, but it's possible that this could happen. Now, it's been long rumored that there would be a Marvel fighting game from NetherRealm Studios, so of course this leak caters to that, but maybe this could actually be it. Maybe we'll get all of it. You know, there's a chance that there's a roadmap for NetherRealm Studios where we get everything that we want, right? And then Mortal Kombat, and Injustice 3, and a Marvel fighting game. Or as I talked about in the previous leak for MK versus DC 2, maybe we get some type of crossover with that and still be able to get this game. So, I mean, it's possible, but we just kind of have to wait and see. But what do you think about a possible Marvel Mutants game from NetherRealm Studios solely based on the X-Men? Is that something you'd like to see? Let me know in the comments below. That's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed that like button, remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time on the Mashup.